After meeting you, my love, I learned a very important lesson, one that has truly transformed the way I look at life. I realized that everything that happens, no matter how painful or confusing at the time, actually does happen for a reason, and often, for something better to come along. I had heard this phrase so many times before: whatever happens, happens for the best. It's something people often say to console others in difficult times. But back then, I didn't believe in it. To me, it sounded like one of those comforting lies we tell ourselves when we don't want to face reality. I thought people just said it to soften the blow of heartbreak or disappointment. But now, after meeting you, I know it's true. Before you came into my life, I was in a relationship with someone I truly believed was my forever. I had imagined my entire life with that person. Every dream, every plan for the future somehow included them. I had built my world around them so completely that I didn't know where they ended and I began. I was blind in love, unable to see the flaws, the cracks, or the reality that the relationship was not what I deserved. I ignored every red flag, dismissed every warning, and held on tightly to the illusion of love I had created in my mind. I did everything I could to make that relationship work. I bent over backward, constantly trying to keep them happy, sacrificing parts of myself just to hold on to what we had. I lost myself in the process. And yet, despite all my efforts, things fell apart. My heart was shattered. I felt like I couldn't breathe, like the ground had disappeared from beneath my feet. The pain was overwhelming. It felt as if my entire world had collapsed. I was consumed by sadness, anger, confusion, and a sense of deep loss. I didn't know what to do, how to move on, or even how to function. My identity had been so closely tied to that person that without them, I felt like nothing. People around me tried to console me. They said things like, "It's for the best," or "You'll see, this happened for a reason." But in those moments, those words felt hollow. I couldn't understand how something that hurt so much could possibly be good for me. I couldn't see beyond the pain. All I felt was emptiness. But time, as it always does, began to heal me. Slowly, I started picking up the pieces of myself. I began to rediscover who I was without that relationship. I learned to enjoy my own company, to focus on myself, and to grow into someone stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. I began to flourish in ways I never thought possible. I became more whole on my own. And then, you came into my life. It didn't happen suddenly. It was gentle, gradual, and natural. I found myself falling for you, not in the desperate, all-consuming way I had in the past, but in a way that felt calm, safe, and real. With you, I didn't feel like I had to constantly prove my worth or earn love. You made me feel seen, valued, and respected for exactly who I am. This love is different. With you, I feel at peace. I feel accepted. I feel like I can breathe freely. You've never tried to change me, never made me feel like I'm not enough. Instead, you've encouraged me to be the best version of myself. You've shown me what a healthy, supportive relationship looks like. For the first time in my life, I don't feel like I'm chasing love. I feel like I'm experiencing it in its purest form. What we have is beautiful. It's not built on fear, dependency, or desperation. It's built on mutual respect, understanding, patience, and care. You've given me the space to grow, and you've stood beside me as my partner, not someone I have to constantly win over. Around you, I feel free to be myself, fully, unapologetically, and without fear of judgment. Looking back now, I realize that the heartbreak I once thought would destroy me actually led me to something far more meaningful. It led me to you. And for that, I am deeply grateful. If I hadn't gone through that pain, I might have never learned what I truly deserve. I might have never recognized the beauty of the love we share. I might have never realized how healing, how fulfilling, and how life-giving love can be when it's real. You are the greatest gift that life has given me. This relationship is the healthiest, most joyful one I've ever had. It feels like home, safe, warm, and full of light. Thank you for being patient with me, for loving me gently, and for showing me that love isn't supposed to hurt. It's supposed to heal. I feel so lucky to have you in my life, and I will never take that for granted. My dear, can I have a small, heartfelt chat with you? There's something I want to share, something special and deeply meaningful. It might not resonate with everyone, and that's completely okay. If it doesn't speak to your heart or reflect where you are in life right now, feel free to set it aside. But if you are someone who is standing on the threshold of marriage, if you're preparing to commit your life to someone, then I gently ask you to pause and read this with care. It may hold something valuable for you. As the day of marriage draws near, many emotions start to surface. There's excitement, joy, love, and hope, of course, but alongside all that, the mind also starts whispering doubts. It begins creating a series of what-ifs that seem to grow louder with each passing day. Thoughts like, everything is good now, but what if it doesn't stay that way? What if things change for the worse? What if I am expected to handle both work and home responsibilities alone, without any support or appreciation? What if their family doesn't truly accept me for who I am? What if I lose myself in the process? These kinds of thoughts can feel overwhelming. The mind has a natural habit of overthinking, especially when we're on the edge of big life changes. It tries to prepare us for every possible negative outcome, thinking it's protecting us, but in reality, it often just leaves us feeling anxious, unsettled, and doubtful. This is what we commonly call cold feet, and it's more common than you might think. But here's something important to remember, my dear, most of the fears that our mind conjures up never actually come true. Life rarely plays out in the worst-case scenarios we imagine. And even when challenges do arise, they are rarely as difficult as our thoughts make them out to be. The truth is, your thoughts are not always reality. They are often just reflections of your fears, not facts. When you begin to feel overwhelmed by these emotions, one of the most powerful and healing things you can do is talk to your partner. Sit down with them, heart to heart, and share what you're feeling. Express your concerns, your worries, your hopes, and even your fears. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it is the bridge to connection. When you speak openly, you give your partner the chance to understand you better, to support you, and to stand with you in the moments when your mind feels heavy. Many times, we assume that our partner should just know what we're going through. But unless we communicate openly, they may remain unaware. As a result, we end up feeling alone, misunderstood, or emotionally disconnected. That's why communication is so essential. When you speak honestly, you allow love and understanding to flow. You create a space where both of you can feel safe being your authentic selves. Remember, you chose a wonderful person for a reason. You chose them not just because of how they make you feel, but because you saw qualities in them that made you believe in a shared future. Trust in your choice. Have faith that when you speak to them openly, they will respond with love and care. They will do their best to understand, to adapt, and to walk beside you. You're not in this alone anymore. Marriage is not about one person carrying the weight, it's about two people moving forward together, hand in hand, no matter what life brings. Let your partner in. Open your heart, not just in joy, but also in uncertainty. Let them help you, guide you, and reassure you. Just as you have your thoughts and worries, they likely do too. Don't assume you're the only one struggling internally. This journey into marriage is new for both of you. You're learning, growing, and navigating it together. And the beauty of this phase is that it gives you a chance to build a deeper, more meaningful bond by facing these thoughts side by side. Take each day as it comes. Don't try to figure out the entire future all at once. Life unfolds moment by moment, and each day brings its own grace. Try not to lose the joy of today by worrying about what may or may not happen tomorrow. There is so much power in presence, in being truly grounded in the here and now. When you choose to live in gratitude for what you have, rather than fear for what could go wrong, you create peace within yourself and harmony within your relationship. What you have right now is this moment, this breath, this love, this connection. Live it fully. Embrace it. Let yourself feel happiness without guilt or fear. Trust in your bond, trust in yourself, and above all, trust in the power of love and honest communication to guide you forward. You are not alone. You are loved. And you are stepping into a beautiful new chapter, with someone who has chosen to walk this path with you. Be gentle with yourself, speak your truth, and remember, everything is figure-outable when two hearts are united in trust.